We're live. Welcome to the Supplement Engineer channel, everyone. My name is Robert Chinesky. With me, as always, is my vivacious vixen and partner in crime,
Robert Slurred. I'm Sandy.
I've done a lot of alliterative.
A lot of
writing
alcohol.
today.
That's what I heard.
No.
I did a lot of alcohol.
Not enough
That's
to
what
be
it
married
sounds
to you
like.
for this long. I haven't. Obviously, I'm still alive.
So anyways,
Anyway,
moving on.
post up any comments, questions, queries, or quips that you have for us. Thank you, as always, for joining us. We're happy that you are here.
Cheers.
What are you enjoying today?
I'm a Beta Amber. I'm in the mood for beer today. You know, watching football yesterday with kind of a lame ending. It was a lame ending. I totally understand the Andy Reid move, by the way. Can I just say it's a coaching move? I want to win, so I'm going to hold the ball and I'm going to get the field goal. Like, we're just going to win. I'm not going to try to get a field. I'm not going to try to score early and give you any time. And it was cool, but it was such a boring, unsatisfying, especially for someone who didn't have a dog in the fight. I thought, well, that's kind of a want. I mean, I'm happy the Chiefs won. They came out. The second half was great. It's like if you could just like undo the last 4 minutes, like you go to the bathroom and then you come back and you say, who won? And you say, oh, the Chiefs won. And you go, oh, it would have been more exciting. That's all I'm saying.
It was
good back and forth the whole game.
Yeah, I didn't have a dog in the fight one way or the other. I mean, I wasn't really pleased with the Chiefs. I didn't really pull them for them. I like Andy Reid. I don't have any love for the Chiefs, though. Yes, Clyde Edwards-Helaire is on the Chiefs, and he was at LSU, part of the national championship team with Burrow.
Cheers.
But Kansas City also beat the Bengals.
They beat the Bengals, and I want Joe Burrow to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So.
And I'm not a big Mahomes fan because he does commercials with Aaron Rodgers. I'm not.
He's fine.
Aaron Rodgers fan either.
It's fine. Okay.
Chris, heading to the gym. What are you training today?
Yeah. Is it like it's upper? Is it back?
Monday is International Chest Day.
Chest and back?
No, just International Chest Day.
Cool.
If you are Broseph, it's Chest Day.
I didn't know that.
Brooke has arrived.
All right. When's leg day? Tuesday?
Once every third week if you're a bro.
Okay.
If you do that.
Okay. So I wanted to talk with you about ashwagandha. I thought it was so funny because then you say, oh, yeah, I have some KSN 66. And I was like, no, I wanted ashwagandha. So first of all, that confused me. Just want you to know. It is the chesticles.
The chesticles. Pump them up. This camera sucks.
I know. It does.
It keeps going in and out
I
of
wonder if
focus.
there's a reason.
Back it up a bit. Let's see that. Does that do anything?
No. Look. I still make it crazy. He's so crazy. Why are you so crazy? Okay, so anyways, we were talking about how you took Genius Joy, and we talked about it last time, how it made you so calm. And I couldn't understand why. And then I was talking to a friend. I don't know. I don't want to like say any names, but I was talking to friends. And I said, dude, you need to take Genius Joy. It'll make you calm. Because she was talking about relatives coming in town and like things like that make you really stressed. And I said, dude, it works every time. And the other person said, oh, like ashwagandha? I said, yeah. She said, oh man, I took that after I had my baby for a month and I was so great. And then I got off it because I thought, at some point I just need to get off it. And she said, literally within minutes, my husband looked at me. I'd done something and he goes, did you not take your pill this morning? And she was worried. She goes, is it like a Xanax? And I go, no, it's not like a crazy pill. It's just like, I don't know. So it's hard to explain to an average person who's not surrounded by supplements like you are.
Let me check something real quick. I don't think Genius Joy actually has ashwagandha in it.
Oh, well, it works.
It's got other
really
adaptogens, but I don't know.
It made me so happy, by the way.
Genius Joy, which the fact that it doesn't have ashwagandha in it is not going to reduce my recommendations for the product because we've gone through multiple tubs of it. It's fantastic.
So wait, that's interesting. Does it not?
We have Sam E, N-acetyl L-tyrosine, Rhodiola 5+, Panax Ginseng, HTP Purity, Neurofactor. I love that ingredient. And L-theanine. So there's no ashwagandha.
That's hilarious.
But ashwagandha is a very, very outstanding,
I'm going to buy her that
centuries-old thing.
Was it $60?
Wait, what's wrong with the...
You gave her the KSN 66, but it's not Genius Joy.
No, but I gave you Relax the other day, and that's...
I like Relax, too. I'm going to give her one of these.
You're welcome.
Oh, is that what I was on, not Genius Joy?
Yes.
Yeah, that made me really happy. I had a terrible day, and that was being negative. Let me tell you something. I decided, right? I believe you. No, I decided to give up. Well, no, I don't want to say it. I've decided to stop being angry. And I don't get angry with people. I get angry with situations.
It can make for very boring Q&As if you don't have a...
I get very angry all the time. And I just get mad at things. And I don't want to. I want to let it go and just like relax. And so he
Can I
gave
make
me,
my
he
joke
gave
about what I'm
me
giving up for
his
lunch?
relax. Yeah, you can make your joke, but we were worried that if you said it to people, they'd think you were serious and then it was awkward.
Giving up marriage fidelity.
That was actually my idea.
Marital fidelity.
I said, why don't you give up fidelity?
Sounds like a good one. 13 years is a good enough time. We're good.
Yeah, we've been married a lot longer than other people. Okay, so yeah, I understand you may not be a fan of the Philadelphia fans, but I have to tell you 2 reasons I like Philadelphia. The Eagles.
They burn the city down whether they win or lose.
No, 2
They don't
reasons I like
discriminate.
them. Number 1, Rocky. Like, I like Philadelphia because of Rocky. And number 2, Benjamin Franklin. I love him. He was not born in Philadelphia. He made that, like, I read his biography. It's kind of a big deal. Autobiography. It's really funny. But no, him in Philadelphia. Like, I love Philadelphia because of Benjamin Franklin and Rocky. They're the same to me. They're like in the same sphere.
Benjamin Franklin, Rocky, right there.
I like history and I like
movies. Benjamin Franklin did not defeat communism in one punch. Rocky did.
I like Rocky 3 better than Rocky 4. So
that's fine. Greg Duvier, how are you, Greg?
Well, then, can I ask you a question as a Chiefs fan? Were you happy with the way it ended the last 4 minutes? Were you excited, or were you kind of like, we're going to win. We're going to win. It's lame. They're running out the clock, but we're going to win. I feel like a touchdown would have been more satisfying as a Chiefs fan. I get it. I get the coaching maneuver. You're going to win no matter what. But as a fan, were you happy with the way it ended? It was very...
Well, let's rewind back to 2019 National Championship against Clemson when we skull dragged them. Were you happy the whole time, even though the game was completely out of hand?
I was totally happy the entire time.
Okay.
But that's not the same thing that happened here. It was... back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Oh, wait. I'm just going to hold the ball for a second. You're not going to get a shot to come back. Very strategic, boring to watch. I'm curious as a Kansas City, were you happy? That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Justin Thompson, how about those Chiefs? Finally, tuning in for the live.
All right.
Brooke, I love all the nootropics. I do too.
No, I like nootropics a lot.
Yes.
Somebody said they take them before the ACT. Is
that's fine. Yeah. Helps you stay focused in the zone, less prone
to distractions,
or less even something less. You'll feel less anxious or just kind of jittery. So if you need something that brings you down, so if you were getting ready to take some kind of standardized
the ACT,
test,
SAT, GRE,
I would not recommend a very high stimulant product. You want something just a little touch of caffeine, maybe about as much as a cup of coffee, maybe a cup of coffee.
He said to sip on it as you take the test. Don't just down it before the test. I think it gives you the peas or the poos. And the last thing you need to do on a standardized test is to have the peas or the poos.
Nope, never had that problem with the nootropic. Pre-workouts with that bolus dose and the amount of ingredients that are in there, that helps clear out the system.
Me neither.
But I would do something. I would not take something as fully loaded as a pre-workout. I would take an actual nootropic. So something that's got 100 to 200 milligrams of caffeine, or maybe a non-stimulant one, depending on your caffeine preferences and tolerance. And then some other stuff, a little bit of choline, some tyrosine, because it's got some anti-stress benefits as well. Okay. So that'll help tamp that. Potentially some KSM.
Yeah.
L-theanine possibly.
Well, okay, because
Neurofactor.
Here's the thing. Again, these are high school kids taking the ACT and the SAT. Would you
all of these are legal.
Okay. Well, I mean,
I do not recommend dietary supplements for anybody that is not over the age of 18.
Okay, well, but the nootropics you were saying, does that count as a dietary supplement? Is that what you're saying? Dietary, is it I eat it?
It's a dietary supplement.
Okay, so you don't recommend anybody taking the ACT or the SAT to take these pills?
My official stance as a titan of industry is supplements are for 18 and over.
Okay, so I was confused because apparently the kids are allowed to, thank you. Apparently the kids are allowed to have drinks. There's a question that says, are you allowed to have drinks during the SAT? I thought it wasn't allowed. I didn't think it was either, but apparently the ACT proctors suck because first of all, one of the kids, so they all took the ACT this weekend and one kid took it and he asked me if I had gone to the bathroom, am I allowed to do that? I said, no, they give you a break. You take your first 2 sections, English, math, and then you have a pee break, right? And then you have the last 2 sections, you're reading and science.
That's what it was 20 years ago.
And he said, I had to go to the bathroom so bad during the math that I couldn't even concentrate. Like I was just holding it. And I said, dude, what did you drink? Did you drink like a smoothie or coffee? Like you should be able to hold it for the 2 sections. And then he was in a different room, right? Like when you take it, there's all these different rooms. Well, these 2 kids in different rooms were like, oh yeah, our proctor let people just like get up and go pee in the middle of the ACT and then come back. I said, you're not allowed to do that. And then if like a phone goes off or something, that should actually negate all of the ACTs in that room.
Yeah.
Like that, I was a public school teacher, and in a standardized test, if anything like that happened, it's like it negated all of the scores in the room if somebody just left in the middle of it. And so I don't know what's happening to these ACT proctors, but I'm starting to get a little mad because I like integrity. I like having things the way, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, apparently you can. And so his advice is to drink a nootropic or a pre-workout, like while you're taking the ACT. I don't know how I feel about taking the pre-workout and stuff while you take the ACT. Like during, I'm afraid, I don't know.
Well, going back to all of that, yeah, I would recommend officially 18 and over for supplements.
Okay, 18 and older.
I give my halfling. This is something I personally do. I'm not advocating it.
This is
to anybody else.
a dad's option.
This is what, as a
We're gonna
parent,
get like parent whatever. What's that thing called? Where you like
nasty grams or something.
No, like the real one, like where they come in and they check on you. What's that called?
Rated by the FDA.
No, not FDA. The parent one. What's the parent one called?
Oh, because
What's the parent one called?
PCS. No, not PCS.
We don't even know.
Child
that
Services.
One. Yeah, Child Protective Services. Sorry.
CPS. There we go.
I was like, we don't even know what it's called. The parent one. Okay, sorry.
We're not really worried.
The parent FDA.
I give the halfling protein powder and creatine and lion's mane regularly.
Yeah.
So I have no qualms about that. And as long as you're not, taking a nootropic that's laced with all kinds of gray area ingredients, it's really a bunch of amino acids and stuff the body endogenously produces anyway.
The body endogenously produces anyway. That's just how he talks, by the way. That's just him talking.
It is just a bit. Greg, no, I was cheering against the Philly fans. I really could not care less who won.
Yes, I've learned that. I could not care less because that if you
could
say
care
I could
less.
care less means you can,
You
which means
actually
you do.
do have less
I
care to
learned
give.
that.
You
No,
have,
I learned
you have
that.
a little bit more care to give. So
Yeah.
could not care.
This is for the future. I just want you to know. This is one of those things where I said it wrong all the time. What was the one that I said recently that one of my students corrected me? He's like, oh, I said
yourself?
in one fail swoop. And he said, fell swoop? And I go, is it fell? He said, it's not fail swoop. It's in one fell swoop. I go, good to know.
Yeah.
So we're learning every day, Greg.
Yeah.
All right.
Trust it. Our game plan is get down by 10
Let me tell you
early,
something.
tie it late, score last minute. Is that the script the NFL gives you? Because the prolific running back, proud graduate of the University of Tennessee, Arian Foster.
Okay.
Why
Tennessee?
a parent would name their child Arian?
To break
I
barriers.
don't know.
Okay, wait, no, here's the thing.
But no, he did not have a very prolific career in the NFL. But he was on some yuckle podcast or whatever. And he goes, yeah, first day of the season, I get my script from the NFL and I sit down there and read, and I thought, okay, all right, doofus, you are the first person out of the tens of thousands of players that have played in the NFL for almost 100 years. You're the first one to come out and publicly say, we get a script. Good old Rodgers giving us a script first day of the season. I'm pretty sure.
Robert, I'm convinced you misunderstood what he was saying.
No.
When he says script, how do you know that's not the playbook?
No, he said the league.
I'm sure.
No, he said the league gives us a script for how it's going to work.
I'm sure that that's what he said. I'm actually more sure that you think that that's what transpired. I do not think that they are given. Okay, let's watch this because I'm sorry. I just no. Did you share your screen? I think it's lies.
I don't need to see a reaction. Just give me the story.
Okay, I'm sorry. I think Robert is.
I didn't.
I think you misunderstood.
I'm not.
That doesn't make any sense.
Just go ahead and read this story.
Arian Foster made some waves on a podcast on Tuesday by claiming the NFL is rigged and players receive scripts before games. While it's difficult to say how serious he was being, likely not at all, which is how I feel, he certainly had an inventive backstory regarding how the NFL managed its games. This is the one who's a vegetarian too, right, though?
I have no
Hey, I just want to say that could play into it. On PFT Commentators podcast,
Pro Football Dog.
on which Foster was a guest, the host said, every year he used to get a script. Day one of training camp, it would get dropped off at his locker. Foster picked up the ball and ran with it. That's funny. Sorry, that's an expression. We were really dedicated to it. It was more so like that's what practice was about. It was about practicing the script. You mean the game plan or the playbook? It
Nope.
sounds a lot like a playbook. I'm sorry. Like, this is what goes on. This is what we have to do. WWF. So we know what was going to happen, but you still have to put on a show.
Means that's.
I know.
that's
I understand WWF. I totally understand. However, I don't actually think if that's true, that would have been the first time we would have heard it. So
I know. That's why I don't even know why in the world he would make a dumbass comment like
that's
that.
why I think he might have been confused about what a playbook is.
Or he's just confused and not that intelligent.
Maybe he just doesn't understand that that's called the playbook. But I could be wrong.
Greg Duvier. I'm a Vikings fan, so didn't really care who won. Congratulations on the LSU wide receiver winning NFL Offensive Player of the Year, Justin Jefferson.
He's in the Vikings?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest with you. I didn't watch a lot of the pros this year. Where I was so focused on LSU. And then out of nowhere, LSU had a shot to make it to the top 4, and then they blew it, and then I just stopped caring about football in general.
I like Kirk Cousins. He's a good guy. Justin Thompson.
I dated a guy once that looked exactly like Kirk Cousins.
One of the 20. Chiefs' game plan is get down by 10 early, tie it late, take lead last minute, win. Listen to everyone complain. The refs handed us the game.
I didn't like the play
happen.
call. I get it. It was holding. I didn't like it. I'm saying. I'm sure they would have won anyways. They were on a roll in the second half. I agree with that on the ACT. I don't remember you being able to leave. So that's
I
all
don't
I'm saying.
think so either. The ACT was a lot less restrictive for me.
I'm curious if my friend is going to take the ashwagandha KSM 66 that I gave her.
What is DCF?
DCF, Dallas Cowboy Field.
Don't care.
No, maybe it was when we were trying to talk about Child Protective Services. But I don't know what DCF
Department
is.
of Correctional Facilities?
I don't know.
That could be it.
I don't know. That's okay.
Okay.
So anyways,
Anyway, any supplement-related questions?
if we have supplement
Please
related
post them
questions,
up.
he can answer them, and I just get confused. So that's true. Okay,
That's part of
have
it.
you seen Megan yet? Y'all, has anyone seen this movie? Nobody at my school has seen it either. They all thought it was a horror film about a weird dancing, like possessed doll. And they are so far off base. It almost makes me angry, whoever made the previews. They made it incorrect. They should have made the previews the way the movie opens. That's all they had to do was the opening of the movie. And it was hilarious. And it bothers me because it's hilarious and it's a commentary on bad parenting. It's so funny. Department of Children and Families. Right.
We've rewatched it for the 3rd time now.
We've rewatched it over and over again. It's so fun. Guys, if you just put it this way, you just find yourself a Megan, legally, of course, but do me a favor. Watch the first 15 minutes and tell me if you do not think it is hilarious. There you go. Thank you, Greg.
Thoughts, Ambrosia Nectar. Let me pull it up.
You know, it just occurred to me why the population has terrible spelling. Every new product out there strategically spells their product wrong to be cool. But the problem is people don't realize. Like, British people actually thought that we spell the word through, THRU, because of drive-through. That was catchy, and now that's just how people think we should spell it. Isn't that crazy? Sorry. So the nectar thing is killing me just a little bit. What are we looking at?
No, I'm trying to find the product label.
Maybe we should listen to this guy talk to us about nectar. I want to hear it.
A guy in a fake lab coat?
Yeah, I want to hear the guy in the
Oh,
lab
thank
coat.
you.
Oh, wait, I did want to hear that.
No.
Hey, I love the packaging.
Do you? You're
Yes.
not one for packaging.
No. I'm only one for packaging when I really like it. And that packaging just sold me.
All right. Okay.
That's hard to see, guys.
I know. There we go.
There we go.
Red yeast rice extract. All right, so this is complete organ health, all kinds of good stuff. It looks like it's trending more towards cardiovascular and liver health
Okay.
based on it, but there's some stuff for prostate and some really, really good stuff in here. Red yeast rice extract contains a naturally occurring statin.
Ooh,
Called
statin that
lovastatin
lowers your cholesterol. Very cool.
It's been shown to be about as effective as any of the other
Is that dose
statins.
good?
Depending on the extract standardization, I am not up to snuff on my red yeast rice.
It's the
dosage and
largest
stuff right there.
one, so we can only hope.
Well, no, I'm saying what the clinical dose
Yeah.
on that is. I don't know what the effective dosage off the top of my head is. I haven't messed around with the ingredient, but I do know it
I'd be
contains a
curious
naturally
about it.
occurring statin compound.
Okay.
So, yes, I do like that for cardiovascular health. Hawthorn berry, great for cardiovascular health, specifically blood pressure, because it does a few different things. And in the blood pressure ebook that I have that I'm putting the finishing touches on, designing the cover and all that, it will be up for sale soon on Supplement
I'm
Engineer site.
excited.
I
want to try
that is
this.
an ingredient I really like. It's kind of an under the radar pump ingredient as well. It has a bunch of fun polyphenols in it that stimulates endothelial nitric oxide synthase, which is the enzyme that converts arginine into nitric oxide. So
Boom.
vasodilation, vasorelaxation. It also acts as a mild ACE inhibitor, which, if anybody is familiar with vasodrive AP or amyl peptide, that is the main mechanism of action from that, and a primary target that cardiac pathologists are investigating is that pathway right there, because ACE is angiotensin converting enzyme. Converts angiotensin 1 to angiotensin 2, which is a protein that constricts blood vessels.
We want it to open
by inhibiting ACE, you prevent that
from constricting.
Yes. And
Heard, you prevent the constriction.
Open, more flexible, stuff like that. So
That's cool.
Hawthorn berry, anywhere between 500 to 1,000, 1,500. I mean, depending on the standardization, the extraction process, all of that stuff.
That's cool.
500 milligrams is a very, very solid dose. Artichoke extract, very good for liver health.
Nice.
Take it every day.
You do?
Milk thistle extract, standardized for silymarin, or however you want to pronounce that alkaloid. I take that every day too. A tub of that. I take both artichoke and milk thistle in addition to NAC every single day.
I take NAC every day.
Yeah.
That's all I can contribute to that.
Saccharomyces cerevisiae, good for immune health. The 1,3,6 beta glucans. Beta glucans is one of the fun polysaccharides that are in different types of mushrooms.
Sweet.
But it's also in this fermented yeast extract.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So very good for immune health and support.
Let's do it. Pumpkin seed extract. I like pumpkin seeds.
Yeah, that will be, let's say, prostate health.
Ooh, so it's a strategic. Okay, I got a question. If it improves your prostate, does it improve anything for me?
Yeah, there's going to be some other stuff.
I bet there's something that improves for me, guys.
Yeah. Stinging nettle, another very good one. Total body, but primarily situated towards more male situated.
Okay, so this is obviously a male thing.
Well, it's a male brand.
Oh.
That's not to
wait, but I love the packaging. Oh my God, I'm such a guy.
It's not to dissuade females from taking it, but I'm saying there's more research with stinging nettle in men than women.
Okay, I'm going to take it and see what happens to me.
Celery seed, good for blood pressure. Resveratrol, a powerful antioxidant that helps cardiovascular health. Coenzyme Q10 supports ATP production, cardiovascular health.
And testosterone, I'm making that up. I just made that up. I just assumed based on everything you were saying.
And then polycosanol. It's been a minute since I've looked at that ingredient. Let me look at it real quick.
Polycosanol. I'm going to laugh if one of those is actually like your article.
Well-defined mixture of higher aliphatic primary alcohols isolated from sugarcane wax with cholesterol-lowering effects.
Ooh.
Proven for a dose range from 5 to 20 milligrams.
And theirs is 10, I think.
And it's included at
10
milligrams.
That's
okay,
good.
Perfect. So, yes. Mark and company that are behind Ambrosia. So it's Mark Lobliner, Microsheet, and I believe Sean Torbati is behind it as well. Those three guys.
That sounds great.
Mark is really sharp when it comes to ingredients and product marketing and all of that stuff. So, I mean, that's Microsheet right
Well,
there.
you know, what's really funny is that if you had actually listened to the cool guy in the lab coat, then maybe. So you just clicked him again.
I'm not going to do that.
Okay, well, we could have figured it all out.
Liver, lungs, heart, and kidney. So, yeah.
I love the packaging.
I'm
It's
glad
got
you-
the
I'm glad you
Egyptian
like
thing
it.
going on, and it's got, I'm sorry, ambrosia. I love any kind of mythology. Ambrosia is Greek mythology. It causes you, if you ate it, you became a god. You became an immortal. But they're mixing it with this Egyptian. So it's like this Egyptian Greek. It's like the whole Cleopatra thing. It's fascinating.
And the nectar of the gods.
Cleopatra theoretically had Greek ancestry. That's what made her so powerful and apparently beautiful.
Allegedly.
I love history. So I really like the packaging a lot on this.
Cindy Adams 665.
I don't know what's
First time commenter. Thank you for joining.
Thank you for
Cindy.
joining us. I don't know what sport row dance is. Is that a thing? I don't have any TikTok, Instagram, or
No, but she
Is
might
there
be
more
saying,
things?
maybe she's asking, do you play a sport or dance? Maybe it
Oh,
was a typo.
great question. We were in the marching band at LSU, so we would dance with our trumpets. And just so we're clear, I can dance really well in the club. Okay. But I've never taken a dance class in my life and I've never done a sport. So I'm just really fit for fit's sake. And I burn a lot of calories talking and teaching math to high school students. This one, on the other hand, was a black belt.
I am a black belt in taekwondo.
But he also played the trumpet.
Played trumpet.
In the LSU marching band.
She's prolific at interrupting me too when I talk. I played baseball from the time I was 8 until high school as well. So
okay, Robert, you weren't like on the high school baseball team.
No, I gave that up.
Because like people on our high school baseball team went on to be pros.
Yeah. No, I pursued martial arts instead. I enjoyed that much more.
You are awesome.
Brooke, spelling has gone out the window. A coworker of mine was talking about Listerine tainted ice cream. He meant listeria.
That's hilarious.
People don't read a lot these days either. Like you'll walk into a restaurant or something, and they'll go up and say, "Hey, what beers do you have on tap?"
Right. It's like
the tap is right there for them to look at, and the menu is right in front of their face.
Do you remember that Snickers commercial years ago when like cable wasn't around and Netflix wasn't around, and it was a Snickers commercial? It was like, "Are you hungry?" And hungry makes you cranky. And there's like a character, and there's a sign that says show at 1. And somebody was like, "Hey, do you know when the next show is?" He's like, "Man, do I know when the next show is? I wish there was a sign that said when the next show was." Made me laugh. Sorry. That's what made me laugh.
Brooke, I will watch it. I must.
Okay.
The week
I'm telling you right now, after the opening, literally the first minute, if you're not, this is hilarious, then maybe we just misrecommended it. So you've got to tell me if you think it's as funny as I do in the first minute.
Or
just the first minute.
Sense of humor needs to be corrected.
Or the first minute. Okay.
You really never played sports? That actually surprised me.
You know what's funny about that? Because I have a homeroom and we do these competitions against each teacher has a homeroom and the homeroom plays sports against each other. And the moms are in charge of it. And I ran into one and they go, "Oh, don't worry. We made sure to give you all the athletic ones." And I thought, why? Like, why would you give my homeroom the athletic sports? Why didn't you give us the like trivia ones? Like, don't give us, we're not athletic. I'm not athletic. I just move a lot. Right? But I'm not coordinated. If you throw something at me, it's like, but not like, but like, like that. And I try to be athletic. I want so bad to be like, but I'm such a fast walker, but my running speed is the same as my walking speed. So I'm a really slow runner. Anyone can outrun me. Can I tell you a funny story? I tried to do ultimate frisbee in college freshman year with Mona.
Yep. And
ultimate frisbee is soccer. Just like lacrosse is soccer. That means you run the length of a huge field, whether there's a frisbee or a soccer ball or a lacrosse, it's like the same sport, right? So here's what I can tell you. I was I was defending somebody from Tulane, and I kid you not, I was young, I was 18 years old, super in shape. I can show you a photo of me. I had ugly hair. I don't want to talk about it, but I looked really good physically. And I'm covering things. I'm covering this woman from Tulane who literally looks like a 30-year-old overweight woman. She does. And I'm running and she's trying to get like the touchdown or whatever it is in Ultimate Frisbee. She's trying to go. And I'm running after her. And she's running so fast. And I'm trying to run. And I do the thing where I'm trying to catch her. And my feet, like I can't. And I fall and I slide. And then she catches the game-winning. And I just thought, and I get up. And my team looks at me and I think, so I'm quitting. Like, this is it. I'm not athletic in any situation. So the only thing I can do is volleyball. I can do volleyball because you barely move and I'm a good like bump and setter. I'm a terrible spiker. I'm like 5'9" and I can't spike to save my life. I'm like, but I can bump and I can set. I'm so not athletic. I can dance though. I've got good rhythm because I like music because we played the trumpet, but that's all I did.
Yeah, if you've ever watched Seinfeld and seen Elaine dance.
Don't tell them that. I can bad dance,
No, she can.
but I can good dance. I can bad dance and pretend like I don't know what I'm doing because I'm a teacher and I don't want them to see my moves because that's creepy. But boy, can I dance on the dance floor. You don't even know.
Or watch Can't Buy Me Love. Patrick Dempsey. She's
No.
got that dance nailed.
The African Anteater dance. Mating ritual. Okay, whatever.
Keep the comments, questions, queries, quips, and smart-ass remarks rolling in, guys. We'll stay on for as long as you guys will pepper us with your questions.
Whatever.
And there's some here we're going to get to. Trust me, we're not going to leave anybody behind.
We're not going to leave anybody
Never
behind.
leave your wingman. Unless it's
I'm not
Iceman.
leaving my wingman.
Unless it's Iceman and he
He
kills
learned
your
his
best
lesson
friend.
at the end.
Justin Thompson. Have you looked at or tried Cage to Mindset?
Again, we're talking about the spelling. I just want to take for a moment, talk about the spelling, that it's wrong, and that's okay, because I get it.
No, that's Cage Muscle. That's the name of the brand.
I know it's the name of the brand. I'm just saying people are going to see that and think that's actually how you spell Cage.
Okay.
Especially if it's an international brand. They're going to be like, those Americans spell Cage with a K. Ha ha ha. It's like, no, we don't. That brand spells it. Like all the different brand names, they're trying to be cool and put the K where the C is and things like that.
I did see the product when it first came out, but
Interesting.
it's been a couple of weeks since I've gone back and looked at it. Cage Muscle usually does some pretty good stuff. They really need to get their BCAAs out of their pre-workouts. I mean, that's very 2000. And
Okay, wait. That
confer
picture didn't
any
make me as
benefits.
happy as the Happy Blonde on my 1UP.
This
Remember
one doesn't?
No, I love the packaging of that one, but I didn't like the picture of the guy and the girl. I got to tell you, I have a good feeling about things. The girl on that one, like that guy looks cool. Go back to that guy.
Okay.
I like him.
All right.
I like him. I
He's
didn't
in a
like.
slow state.
No, he looks intelligent and interesting and funny. But the other two people that popped up didn't. I don't know how to explain it. I think that's the same guy, but he's making a bad face. But he looks like he's working really hard.
Okay.
See, doesn't he look? Who is that? I
think
like
that's the
that
same
actor.
guy. It's the
No,
same
I think it is. He looks very friendly, and the girl looked intelligent. Yeah, I like
Right.
the actors.
Here we go.
That's all I can contribute to that conversation.
All
Go,
right.
Robert, go.
We've got. Let me get this camera. Sorry,
I'm sorry. Is this a nootropic?
I got to get this camera out of the way for a second. So if we're off screen, just deal with it.
I thought you were sharing your screen, so they can't see us.
I am. But no, we're on the side right now.
The whole time, I thought that I was hitting.
No, when
Good
this
to
is when we're sharing our screen, we're off to the side in little
Good
squares.
to know.
Yeah.
Awkward.
That's your lifestyle, isn't it? You're perennially
All right.
awkward.
Hooperzine. I know what Hooperzine is.
What is it?
No, I mean, like, I've heard it. I've heard of it. The other ones I don't know anything about.
Okay. All right. Thank you for your contribution. All right. So we got some vitamins in here. So vitamin C, vitamin B6, B12, niacin. These all. Do you need another? Go for it. We got some thirsty goods, and there might be another Vita Amber in the fridge. If not,
I don't know
we'll
if I
check
need
the mini
2
fridge.
beers tonight. One might be good enough. Go ahead.
Stand up and let me inspect.
No, we're good.
Go ahead.
Keep
I'm
talking.
going to be rolling for
Talk
like-
about the total sugars and the carbohydrates. I know what a carbohydrate is. Go, go, go.
Okay. Vitamins support the production of ATP and all the neurotransmitter synthesis. So we'll focus on the actual nootropics here. Alpha GPC as alpha size, 50%. 1,200 milligrams, which means we're going to discuss the 2-scoop, the full serving. 1,200 milligrams of alpha size gives you 600 milligrams of alpha GPC. 40% of that alpha GPC is actually choline. Okay, we've got that squared away.
Okay.
That is well within the clinical dose, and it is a whopping amount of alpha size because most products have
Ooh.
300 to 600 of the alpha size or the alpha GPC 50%. So you're
Uh-huh.
only usually getting between 150 to 300 milligrams of active alpha GPC.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So you're
So
getting like 400 here.
yeah. So alpha GPC
Is that right?
is a very highly bioavailable form of choline that crosses the blood-brain barrier. So there's a couple of different choline salts or choline-containing supplements on the market. You've got choline bitartrate, which is the highest amount of choline per gram. However, it doesn't cross, the blood-brain barrier.
Got it.
It's got liver health benefits. It supports all the other cholinergic functions throughout the body. Doesn't cross the blood-brain barrier. So for general health, for fat loss and some body recomposition stuff, and just general total cardiometabolic health, it's fine. As an actual nootropic, not so good. It's cheap. You can find it all around, but it's not the best for like a nootropic function. Alpha GPC, Alpha Size is great. It's from Chemunutra. They're based out of here in Austin, Texas.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Who dat?
There are some who dat. We're in Austin. not New Orleans.
Okay, we may be, but I get excited and I say who dat. So what you gonna do?
There's some research showing it improves exercise performance, specifically in regards to counter jump movement. So you fall down and then you jump back up. And very limited data in improving growth hormone. So you might think bigger muscle growth, better recovery, and all that stuff. But those effects are extremely transient, which means it happens and then it's gone. So I don't buy into that. Any brand that is marketing this is massive spikes in GH, just throw that in the trash. I don't believe it. Focus on sleep and then diet and stress levels. That'll maximize your growth
Happy
hormone.
life.
Exactly. But the dose here, 1,200 milligrams, supports the production of acetylcholine, which is a learning neurotransmitter. So mental energy, focus, learning, concentration. It's also involved in the mind-muscle connection because it is released from the neurons to cause your muscles to actually contract. So when you're talking about dialing that mind-muscle connection, really feeling, squeezing each rep, that's what acetylcholine is really involved in.
Sweet.
Very good dosage there. 1,000 milligrams of L-tyrosine. Tyrosine is an amino acid that gets converted to phenylalanine, an essential amino acid, which then is converted to dopamine, which is then going to, tyrosine, phenylalanine, L-dopa, and then dopamine. Dopamine is the motivation molecule, affects mood, motivation, decision-making, motor control, reward, all of that good stuff.
That's good stuff, guys.
The dosage, the research-supported dose is usually starting around 2,000 milligrams.
Oh, so this one's only
1,000.
Okay.
Now, they also have 300 milligrams of phenylalanine in here, too. So tyrosine and phenylalanine hit the exact same pathway. They are both precursors to dopamine.
They're buddies.
Yes. I would prefer, me personally, I would prefer to see 2,000 milligrams of L-tyrosine in here.
If we could make an alteration.
Yes. 1,000 milligrams of acetyl L-carnitine. I love this ingredient. It is a great nootropic, antioxidant. Carnitine facilitates the transportation of fatty acids from the bloodstream into the mitochondria.
Sweet.
Because long-chain fatty acids on their own cannot get into the mitochondria to be burned. So you can't do fat burning.
They need a train. They need transportation.
Exactly. So,
I get it.
Yeah. I call it the metabolic taxi that shuttles the stuff in there. If you see an article that says metabolic taxi or something along those lines, chances are I've probably done it. So I like it. It crosses the blood-brain barrier. Regular L-carnitine is not highly bioavailable. What?
Nothing. I had a weird moment with math. Go ahead. I was thinking about math and the body and Aristotle and Plato. It was a thing. Keep going.
Thank you, Raina.
No, I think I came up with something. That's fine.
Okay. Do you need to go and start working?
No. It's theory. It's a theory I have.
Okay.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Acetyl L-carnitine, Alcar. I love the ingredient. I take it damn near every day. Maybe just not on Sundays.
Get it, baby.
1,000 to 2,000, up to 3,000 milligrams. Good stuff there. You take too much, there are some anecdotal reports that you start smelling kind of fishy.
Now I kind of want you to, and I want to see if it's true. I want someone to take it and see if they smell fishy. Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah. So I take it. It also, so we have acetylcholine, the learning neurotransmitter. Alpha GPC gives you the choline. Acetyl L-carnitine gives you the acetyl group that forms, both of them form together to make acetylcholine. So you're donating both of those. But acetyl L-carnitine also has some really cool antioxidative actions. Say that 5 times fast. So all the little tau tangles and beta amyloid plaques that accumulate in your brain, all the other reactive oxygen species, it goes and clears all of
it. Good.
Does,
just like
really
lion's mane does with Alzheimer's.
Anecdotally, it's also kind of stimulatory as well.
Like as in it gives you the poos or stimulatory in that mentally?
Mental energy. I love the ingredient. I really
exciting.
Do. Phenylalanine I touched on with tyrosine and dopamine.
Yep, you did.
Ginseng is an age-old, like this is a centuries-old traditional medicine
Whatever
for
happened to
energy
ginkgo
and all that.
biloba?
It's still around.
It
doesn't get the hype that everything does.
Ginkgo biloba, I remember that.
Yeah. Folic mineral acid gives you a whole bunch of essential minerals that supports the body's natural metabolic and cognitive faculties.
What is phosphatidylserine?
Yeah. It's another source of phospholipids like alpha GPC is because you see alpha glycerol phosphorylcholine right there. Those are phospholipids. So every cell membrane is a lipid bilayer. So there's 2 lipids or 2 fatty acid molecules in there. So both of those are incorporated into cell membranes. But Phosphatidylserine also has some calming effects in it.
Ooh.
Now, much like I mentioned with alpha size, phosphatidylserine, every dosage of that you see in a product is 50% yield.
Got it.
So
So you're
it's
really
like-
getting 50 milligrams for the 100.
Correct. Most of the research that I've seen, there might be 1 or 2 studies showing 100 milligrams is effective, but most of the time we're looking at like 400 to 800 milligrams.
Meaning 400 to 800, meaning you need 200 in your, okay.
Yeah, 400 to 800 milligrams.
Tell me what huperzine is, because that sounds so familiar.
Okay, so we're looking at triple action acetylcholine enhancement here. So we've got acetyl-L-carnitine giving you the acetyl group. We've got alpha GPC giving you the choline. So we've got acetylcholine there, and then there's a
Huperzine.
dastardly little enzyme called acetylcholinesterase, which metabolizes
Oh,
acetylcholine.
breaks it down. Does this stop it from
Huperzine comes in, limits the
Got
activity
it.
of that enzyme.
limits the metabolic nature
Maelstrom.
Got it.
Of that. So you have longer lasting, stronger,
Got it.
higher levels of acetylcholine that are prolonged.
Sweet.
So 10 milligrams of huperzine extract standardized for 1%. Huperzine A gives you 100 micrograms, which
Great.
is well within the studied range, somewhere between 50 milligrams all the way up to 50 micrograms all the way up to 500 micrograms has been studied in humans.
Great.
Most of those studies are in people with severe cognitive decline and Alzheimer's.
Okay.
As such, I don't recommend that people use huperzine every single day because it has a very long half-life, somewhere between 16 to 20 hours, depending on the amount you're taking and your own individual, metabolism.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 to 3 days a week, sure.
Okay.
Should you be cramming 400 micrograms of huperzine in a pre-workout every single day of the week?
What about this
No,
dosage?
Please don't. 100 micrograms, yes. Now, this
Take
is
it every
assuming 2 scoops. That's only 15 servings per container. So you're going to
Oh.
burn through 2 of these
In
containers
2 weeks.
in a month. Yeah, so
Yeah.
2 containers in a month if you are doing the full dose every day. I would not recommend taking this every day.
Yeah.
I would recommend taking this, or would suggest, no recommendations here, suggestions. I would encourage you to only consume this
Alternate
3,
times a month.
maybe 4 times a week at most.
Oh.
Preferably non-consecutive days if you
Okay.
can. If you have a really bad night's sleep, if you have a lot of homework to do, if you have the ACT coming up and you're trying to cram and stuff, if you have a big work week, a big presentation, sure, take
Okay.
it. But you do not need
It's
to
not
take
every
this every day. Yeah, if it didn't have the
It's not
huperzine in
what
it, I would say sure, go ahead and take it every day. That's fine.
Okay.
But because the huperzine is a pretty strong inhibitor of acetylcholinesterase, it has a very long
Yeah.
half-life. You continually pound it, it's going to ultimately diminish the effectiveness of the product and could lead. And remember, we're messing around with neurochemistry here, so
Yeah.
you want to tread lightly
Okay.
with that kind of stuff. Overall, like
Good
most of the
question.
Cage products, it is a very good supplement. I'd be curious to try it myself. I really would, because I love nootropics. This ingredient
want the
lineup
nectar.
here, really, really good. I don't really have any qualms about it.
Okay.
I mean, I would throw a neurofactor in there just because I love neurofactor and something to ramp up brain-derived neurotrophic factor or nerve growth factors. But that
Sweet.
might be the one missing link in here. But that's it.
Sweet deal.
Otherwise, really, really quality product as you would expect from Cage Muscle.
Good job.
Woo! Okay,
All right.
that was a lot.
What you got, buddy?
Spelling's going out the window. This is my day, trying to understand what people around me.
I
are
hear
saying.
you. Welcome to my life. Actually, usually I don't even hear what they say because I have this weird thing where I can't actually hear what somebody says. So I repeat to them what I hear, and usually it's nonsense. And then they say, "That's not what I said." I'm like, "Well, that's what I heard." So tell me what you actually said.
Here's another one. My coworker was trying to recall the name of the cat from Tom and Jerry, except he kept saying Ben and Jerry. Oh,
That is
that's what it was.
hilarious. Because I actually love Ben and Jerry ice cream. I love regular ice cream too, but honestly, Ben and Jerry, it's like they put all the desserts in the ice cream, and it's amazing. I love half baked.
Is the HEB like their creamy
Creations at HEB. If you're in Texas, it's amazing.
Is it comparable, surpass, lesser than Ben and Jerry's?
Ben and Jerry's has like, if you eat the half baked, it's got the chocolate chip cookie dough, it's got brownie mixes in it, it's got fudge in it, it's got pieces. It's so
Yeah.
good.
So if you're a pothead from the left coast, you would enjoy Ben and Jerry's. But if you're a normal American, are they
They're
on the same?
so
par?
good.
Oh, they better.
Ben and Jerry's is really good,
No,
guys.
I make a joke
It's
because
hilarious.
I used to eat the fish food all the time. My mom would have little pints of them, in the
Oh,
freezer
I
for us.
love
So
Ben and
good.
Jerry's.
Like the fish food. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
even know if they still make that anymore. You say hilarious. My brain can only take so
Yeah, I've
much.
learned to be very patient with people. That's a learned thing. I figured it out.
Fernando Ravenov.
Hmm.
It's
Have you
interesting,
heard-
Fernando. So you've got kind of a traditionally Spanish name,
Yeah.
Fernando, and Ravenov.
Is that not?
It's like Eastern European.
Is it?
Yeah, that's a cool name. I
If
like that.
I had to do the same again. I know you don't know that song, but it's a really good song. I bet this guy hears it all the time, but it's such a good song.
Oh,
My
the Fernando
friend
song. Yes, sir.
Fernando. Okay, sorry. What was the question?
Have you heard, if anything, from Like a Pro?
On
a
their
new
new
pre-work called
pre-workout.
Behemoth, 12 grams of 3D pump.
Let's look it up.
Let me check the leading news source in the supplement industry.
You're just trying to give your friend a shout out.
Shane
Or
Smith.
buddy.
Stacked. Pro. Oops. It would help if I did not miss the space bar. I remember this coming across a stacked wire.
All right, here you go. This.
Sleep and recovery. All right, here we go. Like a Pro changes
Behemoth.
its approach. Yeah. Now here's the funny thing. Okay, so this is I will share the screen with everybody.
Okay,
I've never spoken with Jeff Long. I would like to get him on the podcast to see his company and get the story of it.
What?
Nothing. They're kind of in
What?
the same Apollon vein where they like to do very comprehensively dosed products,
Got
very ultra premium products.
it. Got it.
Okay, so here was the first story that came out. So Like a Pro is putting 60 grams of actives and never before seen dosages into a pre-workout for 2023.
Got it. What?
The average person does not want 60 grams of ingredients in their pre-workout. I understand this is ultra premium.
I don't understand. What do you mean?
Even
What I
hardcore
usually-
athletes, your typical scoop of C4 is like 7 grams, if that.
Oh, so that would be a huge. Is it a powder?
Yeah. Apollon Hooligan is probably around 20 grams, 18 to 20 grams.
So you're talking about 3 times more than that. That's huge.
Performax is in that same vein. NutraBio's
Oh
pre-workout
my God, no.
is
When I take 35 grams of protein powder,
correct. Yeah,
it's to double my scoop of protein
Yes.
powder. That's huge.
correct. And
Okay.
you can
Okay.
usually mix a scoop of that in
I didn't even
8 to
think
12
about
ounces
that.
of liquid. 60 grams of actives. You take a bolus dose of 60 grams of stuff 30 minutes before you go into a workout, like most
People do.
doofus meatheads do.
Right. You just insulted everybody. I hope you're happy.
No, but like the typical gym bro, especially with shit on TikTok where they show like they glorify dry scooping pre-workouts and
I
switching a little
don't
bit of water
have
around.
the 60.
No, but I hear stuff from all
Okay,
of
fine.
this. They do that, and then that is going to sit in your stomach and just curdle in there, and so you'll get no benefits from the actives. So putting 60 grams of
It's
actives
not
in
a
pre-workout,
great idea.
it is a great ego
Theory.
flex. No, it's a great ego flex. Say, hey, I've got the biggest scoop. It's a great for a dick measuring contest, and this is a
You
problem.
win.
This is a problem in the supplement industry.
It's
I'm
all
gonna put
dick measuring.
6 grams of citrate. I'm gonna put 8. I'm gonna put 10. I'm gonna put 12. At a point, it's worthless. Your body is gonna metabolize it to something else. You're gonna end up pissing it out. It's
Okay.
not gonna be useful at all. This is not a slant
We don't know
strictly
this person.
at Jeff Long
It's
or
at
like
the
a
60
pro.
grams.
It is a commentary on the
60
supplement industry
grams.
in general. You don't need these mega doses unless you are a 250, 300 pound NFL lineman or a professional bodybuilder going to the gym that knows that properly understands hydration, nutrition, appropriate supplementation, all that. For the 150 to 180, 200 pound people that are just like the weekend warriors, hardcore gym rats,
Yeah.
you don't need this stuff. You really don't. It's not a waste of money. You can spend your money how you want to, but I do not think you will realize the full benefits of these types of products. That being said, 60 grams, I bet most people are going to mix this in about 8 ounces of water and then just slam it back, and it's going to sit in their gut because they're going to slam their pre-workout, walk right into the gym, do a 45 to 60 minute workout, and they won't realize the benefits of any of this. So it's your money. Do what you want to. The profile will probably be outstanding. Jeff knows how to dose products well.
That's fascinating. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for asking.
So that is a massive rant. So
that
here
wasn't his
is
actual.
that was the
question.
preamble.
Sorry.
All right, so here we go. Lycopro changes its approach in Behemoth. So Lycopro gained a lot of attention in October of last year when it announced a pre-workout called Behemoth 60 would have an impressive 60 grams of actives, including some absolutely huge and never before seen dosages. Okay, just because you put a shit ton of something doesn't actually make it that outstanding, and that's a problem with the supplement industry in general. The key components originally said to be in Behemoth 60 were double the usual 5 grams of creatine monohydrate to 10 grams. The average person taking 10 grams is going to have severe GI distress. 10 grams of pure citrulline for pumps, that is the upper end of the limit that can be ingested at one time without GI distress and your body maximally benefiting from it.
Okay.
Even though dosages of 2.4 grams have been shown to be effective when taken consistently. 10 grams of glycerol size glycerol. I'm not a huge fan of glycerol in general, so we'll leave that. That's an issue for another day. A huge 5 grams of Peak O2 Performance Blend.
That's the mushroom?
It is marketed by Compound Solutions. It is a great thing. You don't need 5 grams at once. It is a saturation-based ingredient.
Got it.
It's like beta-alanine, like creatine.
Got it.
You get the benefits of it taking it
Every day.
every single day. So you can reach saturation in 28 days by taking 1 gram a day. You can reach saturation in 14 days by taking 2 grams a day. You can reach saturation in 7 days by taking 4 grams a day.
Okay.
So, yeah.
5 grams of
betaine.
betaine.
Don't need that. The majority of research shows that 2.5 grams is the effective dose. 5 grams of tyrosine, that's fine. Tyrosine's been shown from 2 grams all the way up to like 12 to 15. 10 grams of the premium carbohydrate cluster dextrin, aka highly branched cyclic dextrin. 10 grams of carbs in a pre-workout that will support the uptake and the digestion of all of the other ingredients in there. 10 grams of carbohydrates before workout. I don't think that's going to do a whole lot personally. Like for supplements, Behemoth 60 is a behemoth and it's still happening. And now it's not close. It is closer to launch than ever. I'm still waiting on the full profile. So,
all right.
Going back to what you previously asked about, the 12 grams of 3D Pump, Fernando. 3D Pump is 6 grams is the recommended dosage from one of the ingredient holders, Bruce Neller, who I just had on the podcast 2 weeks ago. The company that is now the sole exclusive distributor for NutriSure, Brandon Soika, who that podcast will be debuting tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock Central Time, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Same thing, 6 grams. There's a new dosage, a new study coming out comparing 6 grams of 3D Pump to 8 grams of pure L-citrulline. And there will be some very, very interesting results showing that megadosing single ingredients is not necessary. So 6 grams of 3D Pump is 3 grams of pure L-citrulline. So the immediate precursor to nitric oxides. You got L-citrulline, then it gets catalyzed by that endothelial nitric oxide synthase enzyme that we talked about earlier, goes to nitric oxide. More blood flow, more pumps, better resistance to fatigue, longer endurance, all that good stuff. Okay. 12 grams of 3D Pump is going to give you 6 grams of active L-citrulline, which is still within that clinical dose range. And most pre-workouts, if they're advertising citrulline as their leading ingredient, they're going to put between 6 to 8 grams in there. Again, if you're a 250 to 300 pound person, you can benefit from 60 gram pre-workout. If you're an average person, you don't need it. You really don't. Just unless you
gotta be a needs
unless
base.
it's a flex of going, I take a 60 gram pre-workout. It's just,
that sounds super impressive. If you told me you took a 60 gram, I would be impressed.
Right. So I mean, a lot of it is just ego stroking and just trying to say, I had the big. That kind of shit. I don't really understand.
If you've ever seen the old movie Big Country, Robert is the main character in that. He doesn't need to fluff his feathers for other people. It's pretty impressive.
Gregory Peck.
Yeah, thank you. I forgot his name. I was gonna say Atticus Finch but I was like, his name's not Atticus Finch in the movie Big Country, but it's Gregory Peck, and he is a guy who does not need to show off in front of anybody. And it actually causes him and his fiance to not be engaged anymore because she wants him to show off and he refuses to do it. It's pretty cool. It's a good movie.
But you're also in every serving of 3D Pump. So in every 6 gram serving of 3D Pump, you're getting 3 grams of L-citrulline. You're getting about 500 milligrams or so of the amla fruit extract, which is some cool stuff in there. Like we talked about hawthorn berry earlier. There's some great stuff in regards to cardiovascular health, polyphenols, muscle volumization. And then the other component that's in there is a high yield glycerol. So a 65%, kind of like Hydromax glycerosize. I don't know what the official version that they put in there is. But yes, it's a very interesting results. Bruce was kind enough to spend time with me on the podcast, Brandon, last week. And this is not a promotion for 3D Pump
We
at all,
don't do
because
that.
when the ingredient first came out, I was highly skeptical, saying, okay, so we've got a cell volumizing component, we've got citrulline, and we've got a polyphenol. So why don't we just stack taurine and or betaine with some citrulline or nitrosamine and grapeseed or hawthorn berry kind of thing? But there's some interesting stuff. And when I say these things, I have a certain idea, but if there's enough solid science comes out to,
of course,
prevent evidence,
we're okay being wrong, guys.
Yeah, I'm okay changing my mind on ingredients. So I was skeptical, but after talking with Hector Lopez, after talking with Bruce and all that other stuff, and some other people in the industry whose opinions I trust, I would be okay using the ingredient and recommending it for other people, especially if its cost is around the same amount as citrulline is per kilo, and they've got other research supported data.
Okay.
Yeah, I would recommend it. I don't think you need 12 grams just to get a pretty decent pump. You don't need that. Brooke, you won't click the email notification though. Poor Shane. Shane, I give Shane enough free advertising. He needs to be kicking some cheddar my way.
Holler!
Yo, Sandy, what is your fitness goal?
My fitness goal,
Samantha Gregorius,
is to be able to do a certain amount of push-ups, real push-ups, like all the way down, all the way up, like real push-ups, and do pull-ups, feel good about myself. And I don't know, to be able to do the shoulder presses that I want, to be able to do you know what I mean? Like, I want to be fit. That's important to me. No, you don't want to see my biceps because I'm not at my goal yet. How about that? How about nobody needs to see the middle? We're at the before, not the after. When I'm after, I'll show you, I'll pose for y'all. I'm not buff enough yet. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, what do you bicep curl? And the thing about it is, when you think about a weight that you're picking, when you're thinking about a weight, you're doing a bicep workout, like a back and bicep workout. You're doing a ton, right? So it's not your max or anything. Right. But like, I was using 15s for a while. I was using 15s, right? Like I was using 15s in each hand, like as my bicep curl. But I'd like to be able to go up a little bit, right? Like there's certain things I'd like to do. So no, but when I have good arms, I mean, I don't know if I'm ever going to do that. I was thinking more like 18. But it's okay.
You found an 18-pound dumbbell
at hotels.
No.
When I go to a hotel gym, there's an 18-pound dumbbell, and I'm like, sweet, I'll take it.
I've never seen an 18-pound dumbbell.
My biceps don't look good. I don't want to talk about it, but I'm not ashamed of it.
No, but your stomach always looks good.
That's because I have a ridiculously long torso. My torso is like the last place. If my torso gets pudgy, then I know I've waited a really long time to work out, because it is the last place I gain weight, and it is the first place I lose weight is my stomach, which everyone's like, oh, that's so great. I'm like, yeah, except I can still get a muffin top and fat thighs, but my stomach looks good. So yeah, it is what it is. I'm still working, but in my mind, it makes more sense for me to pick like a number goal of how many push-ups and pull-ups I can do, and then I can keep fighting. If it's how I look, I'll stop way too soon. Do you know what I mean? Like I'll look better before I'm shape. I'll look good, and I'll be like, oh, cool, I can stop before I'm actually at like a physical fitness goal. So I need to get the physical fitness goal, and then that keeps me driving.
Yeah.
True that.
We pardon this interruption for a brief commercial break. If you like what we're doing here, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share the video with family, friends, and loved ones. Click the link down below. Go check out the Supplement Engineer Patreon, because there's some really, really fun articles in there. And I get a little bit more off the cuff than I do on my Supplement Engineer website.
Very opinionated.
With some things.
Who dat?
Yes. If you do a flex now.
Do you want me to make you feel better about yourself? Is that what's happening? You want me to flex for you so that you can see how much bigger your biceps are? Because they're bigger.
Samantha, send a bicep flex to the supplementengineer@gmail.com. And then Sandy will do it next week on this. Sandy will do a bicep flex. So the supplementengineer@gmail.com, send a bicep flex, and then Sandy will do it next week.
I remember I was so proud of myself. I was like, look, I have triceps. And then our friend's husband was like, and I go, come on, man. We can't all be like super strong.
Is that Aaron or Chris?
It was Chris. And I don't have very strong.
To be fair, Chris was like a D3 college football player. So.
And I was just in the marching band, okay? I was never an athlete.
Yeah, he was a college football
player. Kind of a big deal
so
for me. This is a big deal for me.
He's got some guns.
Whatever.
Greg Duvier. Myoscience electrolyte sticks. This is another massive category that's been blown up the past couple of years. Electrolyte
sticks?
Just electrolytes in general. Everybody's got an electrolyte supplement coming out.
You mean like Gatorade?
Yeah, but better dose than Gatorade.
Wait, is that what the guy's eating in Top Gun Maverick? Remember in Top Gun Maverick, he's there. I don't know if you barely see it. You barely see it in Top Gun Maverick. Right when Rooster is playing the piano, they show what's the one that falls asleep at the
Coyote.
Coyote is taking something, and I always thought
might have been a protein bar.
No. It was like a little. It looks just like this thing.
Product placement.
It does.
All right, let's see what we got here.
Let me see. See, it looks like that.
Electrolyte sticks. Real salt. Electrolytes. Real salt. I didn't know there was such a thing as fake salt. Electrolytes. Taurine.
Lot's wife. You guys get that right. No. I'm gonna go back. I'm sorry. I drank that beer and I opened the seal.
Broke the seal. Bring me some bourbon. Okay. Here we go. We got vitamin A as beta carotene. Seeing as that is a fat soluble vitamin, I don't really think you need to drink that. If you're the primary purpose for most people that are drinking an electrolyte, or the primary application is probably combat athletes engaged in multiple training bouts per day, endurance athletes engaged in long duration competition or training bouts, high school athletes that have 2-a-days, college athletes that have 2-a-days or long competitions. I don't think vitamin A is going to do a whole hell of a lot for you intra-workout. As such, I don't see its application or purpose in this product. Not off to a good start. And as a fat-soluble vitamin, it is something that will accumulate in your tissues. So it's not something that you need to necessarily be supplementing with outside of your multivitamin, or if you're taking other bright orange foods. Whoa.
No, I'm not getting you more. I'm so hungry. I'm ready for nachos.
Okay, we can go start making.
No, because then we can end. Okay. It's time to end soon, though.
Okay. Vitamin A beta carotene. I was just saying it's a fat soluble vitamin. Good for eye health and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
In an intra-workout application, which is what these electrolyte sticks are probably mostly directed toward, advertised to. If you're an intra-workout, you're running a marathon.
Right.
That's where these electrolyte packets are coming in. You're not getting any fat in your system.
Right.
What the hell do you need vitamin A for?
That's a good point.
There's also such a thing as vitamin A toxicity.
Yeah, it makes
a lot of
your skin
multivitamin. No, like worse than that. That's
really?
If you just eat too many orange
vegetables.
vegetables.
That's if you eat too many vegetables.
Supplemental, you can overdose vitamin A because it is a fat soluble vitamin. So it accumulates. You don't just piss it out if you have excess amounts of it, like vitamin C.
Yeah, good to know.
So I'm not a fan of that in general. Plus, you're not taking any fats likely when you're just running for miles on end or doing something. Calcium as calcium citrate, granular. Yeah, that's fine. Electrolyte, that's good. Magnesium as dimagnesium malate and magnesium creatine. I would prefer to see magnesium malate form is fine. Magnesium creatine is not really great.
Okay.
I would prefer to see magnesium citrate because the citric acid component of it, citrate, has some other benefits in regards to blood pressure, kidney health. It's easier on your GI system.
Yeah.
The malate form is also good for your GI system as well. 40%, the 170 milligrams, that's good. As long as if you're taking in an acute dose, as long as you're staying under that 300 to 400 milligram range, because magnesium is also an osmolyte, so it pulls water. So that's for your milk of magnesia.
When you're diarrhea, right? Constipated. Which one is it?
You're constipated.
Got it.
Because it pulls a bunch of water into the bowels, and if you take too large of a dose of magnesium at one time, looks bad. Sodium chloride from 800 milligrams of real salt.
Real salt.
That is pure marketing. Just You
And they
could
sell.
do regular like Morton's salt or Morton's sea salt or whatever, iodized salt. That's fine. I'd rather see iodized salt in here personally.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the population is deficient in iodine. So potassium is potassium citrate. I do like that because potassium and calcium, they regulate fluid balance intracellular and extracellular.
Got
So
it.
sodium is the extracellular electrolyte involved in fluid balance. Potassium is one that regulates the volume of fluids inside the
Got
cell.
it.
So there's a good balance between those two. Most people get more than enough sodium. Potassium, not as much for the average healthy individual. Now, if you're a hard training athlete that's mostly looking for electrolytes, they're going to need both sodium, magnesium, and potassium because those are the three that are going to get most depleted. Albion Magnapower. So creatine Magnapower is this. It's magnesium creatine chelate. So 8% magnesium, 45% creatine. This paltry amount of creatine is not going to do anything for you. 3 to 5 grams per day, every day of creatine.
Got it.
I'm not a fan of this creatine
Just to say it, to have it. Yeah.
No. Same thing with this Redmond sea salt. It's marketing jargon. Taurine, 500 milligrams. That's fine, but I have a very extensive deep dive on taurine on the Supplement Engineer Patreon channel. Sorry, Patreon page. 1 to 6 grams of taurine every day. It's great for hydration, so it's an osmolyte that helps your cells to absorb more water. It's also got some great antioxidant benefits, some thermoregulatory benefits. So that's in part due to its hydration benefits. So if you're training outside in the hot environments, it will attenuate the stress induced by training in hot environments like that. So you'll be able to go for longer with feeling less fatigued than if you had not used it. You can also train for longer just in regular endurance events and normal environments. Good for water-based pumps if you're one of those kind of things. No, there's other.
This doesn't look good.
There's other electrolytes on the market that I just no. And this is what 30 servings for $38. No.
All right.
No. This is my other problem. Formulated with the best minerals. No, as well as creatine to support healthy hydration.
Creatine is just unnecessary.
That's the same thing as Bang was doing with the super creatine bullshit. It's just it's not good, not good at all. This is like the people that make Prime Energy and they compare it to Red Bull.
Yeah,
Red Bull's a dog shit energy drink. Prime Energy drink is a dog shit energy drink as well.
All right, good to know.
Okay.
All right.
What pre are you using? I know I have similar reactions to how Sandy deals with them. I have my go-bys.
I think it's time to go.
But always up for one new one.
We have to end it. It's been an hour.
It is. We've got one more question from Brooke.
She left. She's not there anymore. That's why she said I have to go buys.
No, I have my go-bys.
I thought you left.
You're just hungry.
I'm hungry. I'm really hungry. I want my nachos. I'm sorry. And I can't wait until it's not like right when I leave here I get them. I still have to make them because it takes a long process.
What pre-workouts are you using right now, if any? Or nootropics?
Oh, I like your Relax. Is that what it's called?
Yes. Relax.
Can they get it, or is it just something I get?
No, it's by One Up Nutrition. So that is a product I have formulated for One Up
really
Nutrition
good, guys.
In partnership with them over there. So
I don't do pre-workouts because I wake up right in the morning and do it. So I just go off adrenaline.
Yeah. No, she is naturally effervescent, bubbly, personable.
In the summer, I probably will.
Usually until she gets
when I get hungry.
I'm rotating through a never-ending mix of coffee with some bulk New Level or Nitrosogene or Vasodrive AP. I will use the older version of Performax Labs Hypermax because I'll have a tub or two of that around. I gave a newer tub to one of the local bartenders at my favorite burger bar.
He works at the bar, like literally he'll type at the bar at some burger joint and just make friends with bartenders.
Yeah, so I've given one of them a bottle of Overtime from Apollon that I gave another one a bottle of Performax Labs Hypermax
Relax
3D.
Is really good.
I saved the stress relief stuff for the house because they're the happy pills for Sandy because teaching is very stressful endeavor sometimes. Now. Yeah. So. For me, so it kind of rotates for me. Some days I'll just use an energy drink because I have a whole case of the Lost and Found stuff that Primeval sent. I've got caffeine that I'll do, Cognisurge from Jack Factory. The other pre-workout from Jack Factory, they're fully built out one that I bought off Amazon. Dopa Rush from Advanced Molecular Labs. And I bought a bottle of Ghost Pump off Amazon to try because I've heard good things about their non-stim pre-workouts. I thought it would be good.
That sounds amazing.
And Sandy's going to strangle me if I don't get off the
I
stream.
am so hungry.
You see?
Stop it!
How hungry?
I'm so
Go eat. Thank you for the stream.
thank you.
Thank you, Brooke, for tuning in. Thank you, Samantha, Greg, Justin, Cindy, Chris, all of you for tuning in. Philip, you might be lurking in the background
Thank
as
you.
well. The golden boy, as always. Thank you, one and all, for tuning in. We will be back next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. If you have any questions,
I'll
send
have a
them
snack
to
next time.
the supplementengineer@gmail.com or leave them in the comments below. Check out Supplement Engineer on Patreon, and we'll see y'all all next time.
Bye!
Or Java.
I want some nachos!